All right.
All right.
This is Stanley Okoro, your host, and Cliff will summarize everything I said so far. Go ahead, Cliff.
Well, yeah, we said welcome to our first official inaugural meeting of this ANPA non-Nigerian medical school grads. If you say America, sometimes the British and other people ask questions. So it's non-Nigerian medical school grads. And we met in 2018, first in Dallas, socially, and then we met in Washington, D.C. and in North Carolina, but mostly social and having fun. So we're thinking we should organize ourselves because this really is the future of ANPA for the long term. Because those that started ANPA that graduated from Nigerian medical schools, most of them will be retiring in the next 10 years. And if ANPA is to be sustainable, it will be the second generation, that are now graduating from US medical schools to carry it on. So that's why we're having this meeting. Our agenda today, as you see, it would be nice to do introduction for the sake of time. If you guys want it, we'll go through and introduce ourselves so we know who we're dealing with and who's on this inaugural official meeting. And then we're going to have briefs from the ANPA president, Dr. Chinyere Anyaogu, ANPA Foundation, Dr. Stanley Okoro, and NPAG. These are all sister organizations, Dr. Iyore James. So if it's okay, we can do a quick introduction. Is that okay? We'll just go around.
In the interest of time, I think we can do a quick introduction, just name and chapter, maybe medical school. So that way it's quick.
All right, we'll start with you then.
Stanley Okoro, Georgia chapter, Meharry Medical College, Nashville, Tennessee.
All right. Cliff Eke, Southern California chapter, ANPA president-elect, and Loma Linda University School of Medicine. Osita.
Yes. Somebody's picture popped up. That's not my picture.
We can see you.
Okay. Georgia chapter, Morehouse School of Medicine, the first Nigerian to graduate from Morehouse School of Medicine.
Oh, wow.
All right. Dr. Popola.
Yes, Dr. Popola, University of Illinois Medical School, Chicago, Southern California chapter, and a good friend of the president-elect.
Thank you. Thank you. ANPA Carolinas, I think you said your name. Please unmute yourself. She's muted. Okay, I'll move on. Dr. Adebola Giwa. Okay, she's unmuted
can
now.
You hear
Wait.
me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, this is Obi Obada. I'm the chair of ANPA Carolinas. Just that I'll listen in, as we have a lot of American grads in our membership.
Great. So you are a Nigerian grad then? Or you are American grad? Can you say your medical school?
No, I'm not.
Which medical school?
I went to University of Nigeria.
In Nsukka?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We won't hold that against you.
Sorry?
We won't hold that against you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have a meeting today. I was going to take some information back to American grad membership. So
no, we're glad you're here. I'm just teasing you. Okay.
All right.
Even though you're on call, we're very happy.
Can you do us a favor? Are you able to post the link in your chapter?
I did. Okay. I did, and I'll do that.
Yeah.
Hold on. I did, and I'll do that again. I sent it out to all members, but I'll do that again, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, since Nsukka is here, I'm going to go to our president to quickly introduce ourselves. We'll come back to you for your talk.
This Nsukka people will take over this thing now.
No, this president is allowed to introduce herself.
Of course.
Hi, everyone. We all know I'm Chinyere Anyaogu, president of ANPA. Actually, Cliff, it's University of Nigeria, Enugu campus. Nsukka is where you do the prelim and you graduate from Enugu campus College of Medicine. So it's University of Nigeria College of Medicine. But I digress. So I think it's very nice for us to be able to have somewhere where the non-Nigerian graduates have their alumni recognition outside of when we celebrate at the convention, having the different alumni meet. It creates smaller focused groups where people could interrelate and communicate and, develop one-on-one relationships that often kind of drill back to where they went to school. An alumni or alumnus organization usually connects people who went to the same school towards improving that school, and also, you know, legacy and mentorship and so on. Our own unique situation has a lot of different ANPA members graduating from a lot of different universities. So that alumni context doesn't necessarily hold true. And so having a landing page where everyone could sort of interrelate, connecting on the fact that they graduated outside of Nigeria within American medical schools allows relationships and kinships to foster. And I think that as much as there are different planes where people learn, still what brings us together is the mission and the vision, a Nigeria in a healthier world. And I do believe that we have a lot of opportunity to leverage this from a relationship and resource standpoint towards growing the organization. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Dr. Adeniyi.
Yeah, thank you, guys. It's Adeniyi Ogunkoya, the first chairman of ANPA New Jersey in 2000, a graduate of SUNY Downstate in Brooklyn, New York. So I'm so excited I didn't even know this group has been started. And I'm so excited to see that it started, even though some of us are starting to at least ease out of the picture. But I'm glad to see that we're forming this group and to carry on. So that's what I'll say for now.
Thank you, Dr. Ogunkoya.
Dr. Ogunkoya went to SUNY Binghamton for undergraduate.
Okay, my undergraduate was in Elmira. I went to Elmira College.
Oh, is that right? Very close.
That's right. That's why I just mentioned that to you.
Nice, nice, nice.
Thank you very much, sir.
No
Glad
problem.
to have you here. Yes,
okay.
Inspiration to see you here. You and Dr. Popola, you know, you guys inspire us. Dr. Giwa, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Adebola Giwa. I went to the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine. I'm currently in between chapters. I'm a Hopkins physician, so I was most recently very active in the DMV chapter, but I recently moved to the Bay Area in California. So it's technically I'm now Northern California. Glad to be here. Been in ANPA for a long time, and glad to see it developing and progressing, and like to be part of these next steps with you guys.
Thank you. Dr. Nwobu, unmute yourself.
Good afternoon. My name is Chinyela Nwobu. I'm Georgia chapter, and I graduated from the University of Texas Southwestern Medical School in Dallas, Texas.
Thank you. Dr. Akambi, can you unmute? You are muted, Dr. Kambi. Can you tell us who you are and where you went to med school in your chapter?
Yeah, this is Amida Kambi, Chicago chapter. I went to school in All Saint Dominica.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Nebe.
Hi, I'm Inkiri Kanebe. I graduated from the Royal College of Surgeons in Dublin, Ireland. Thank you for inviting me to be amongst you guys, and I'm glad you guys are structuring yourselves.
What is your chapter?
Philly area.
All right.
Why are we not seeing your face?
Sorry, I'm in the meeting.
Okay.
So I have to do two things at the same time.
No problem. Dr. Agowa.
Always good to see your smiling face.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Adaze Agowa, New Jersey chapter, graduate of Wayne State School of Medicine in Detroit.
Thank you. Dr. Chukura Otere. Bellion.
This billionaire.
You're muted.
She's trying to.
Bellion, you're muted. Okay, we'll come back to you. Yeah. Dr. Uzi.
Yeah, I want to say good. Is it afternoon now or morning, depending on where you're living?
Depends where you are.
I'm actually the chairperson of ANPA Mid Tennessee. here in Tennessee here, although we have another one that was given birth to in Memphis. So I actually graduated from the best university in Nigeria, aka Unibest, and with no doubt. And
Unibest.
Unibest, correct. That's
No,
it.
be more specific. I don't know which one is Unibest. I beg.
University of Benin.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Edo State is the best in Nigeria.
Okay.
And then we do have American grads as members. So I'm here to pick some necessary information and listen very well.
Excellent.
But I didn't hear if grads from the Caribbean is also part of this group.
It is.
Any non-Nigeria medical school grad is, yes.
Any non. Okay,
yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Uzi, did you share the link in your chapter?
I did. Yes, I did before the meeting. I did. Correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dr. Mba?
Good afternoon. I hope my picture is not, I don't know what's going on with my stuff.
No, it looks very good. You look very good. I like the hair.
That's not what I was referring to. I thought maybe it was showing to everybody when I was off camera, but thank you. I'm Dr. Linda Mba, a North Texas chapter. I graduated from UT Houston Medical School.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dr. Ngozi?
Hello, good afternoon. This is Ngozi Oswagbu, graduating from SUNY at Buffalo. I just had to join. We had something that we were doing, so I hopped on, but thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, another SUNY in the house.
Dr. Fopo Honda? Tope? Okay, she's unmuted now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tope Tapawundo. I am part of the Georgia crew, and I graduated from Medical College of Georgia.
All right, go Georgia.
Thank you. Dr. Ezamama?
Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm on nights, but I still wanted to just jump on. Nkem Ezamama, Middle Tennessee chapter. I'm in Nashville, and I graduated from George Washington University School of Medicine. Hi, everyone.
Hi. Dr. Bellian?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Bellian Oteri. I graduated from All Saints University. It's a Canadian school, but had a campus in Dominica. My undergrad was also at Mount Royal University, Calgary, Canada. So I was the president of the MPT for 3 years, and I'm glad to be here. I'm excited to see where we can get with this.
Wonderful. Dr. Linus Padova. Well,
how are you, my brother?
Happy. See, this is the highlight of this meeting for me. I've not seen you in over 3 years now.
I know.
Introduce yourself, your chapter, and where you went to med school. Thank you.
Oh, this is Linus Padova. I went to school at Chicago, Rosalind Franklin School of Medicine, and Los Angeles chapter, or California chapter.
Southern California. Wonderful. Yeah, this is Dr. Julius Padowa's younger brother. Where is he? He hasn't joined yet. He's supposed to join.
He hasn't joined. He probably delivering a baby somewhere.
That's right. Dr. Dekunle.
Yes.
Quick introduction, please. Your chapter, your medical school graduation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Dr. Rafael Dekunle. My chapter is New Jersey, ANPA, New Jersey, and I graduated from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, about 26 years ago.
Okay.
Did you say ANPA? Did you say ANPA, New Jersey?
Yes, that's what she said. Is that what you said, sir?
That's what he said. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, wow. We don't know you. You're not ANPA, New Jersey.
Are you the chair by any chance, or one of the officers in ANPA, New Jersey? Doctor.
Just a member. If this meeting is for the executive, then I'm not supposed to be here.
No. We welcome everybody, but just so you know, this meeting is for non-Nigerian medical school graduates. But you are welcome to join. You know some of them. You can tell them what we talked about.
And another purpose of this meeting is just the networking, because there's some of you guys that may not have been active in the general ANPA, but you'll be able to kind of connect with each other here. If you have not paid your dues, it's okay to join, but we know you're good for it too.
No problem. Dr. Uzo Nebu, quick introduction, your chapter.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Uzo Nebu from Maryland, DMV chapter. I'm an ex-official former treasurer for DMV, just here for the meeting.
Which med school, sir?
Oh, Spartan Health Sciences University in St. Lucia.
Okay, thank you. And Dr. Getty Anyangoke is here. I know if you want to introduce yourself, then we'll continue.
You're just joined too.
Who?
Yes, Getty Anyangoke. I didn't go to medical school here, so I think I should log out.
No,
Gertie,
okay.
you should stay on and collect
There's
your
no
dues.
secret here. This is all part of ANPA, so there's no need to log out. You're welcome. So you went to did you go to the best medical school in Nigeria or the second best?
You know now.
No, somebody here, Uzi. Okay, you and Uzi can talk later because he told me he went to Unibest, so I'm confused.
Second best for are you okay?
Oh no, we are the best. The University of Lagos.
No problem. We'll discuss that later. Dr. Yoro James, you're the last one, then we need to move on.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I went to Tufts University in Boston, Massachusetts.
All right. Thank you. I think, thanks everybody for that quick, we can do it later on. But to continue, our agenda says briefs on ANPA, ANPA Foundation, and MPAG. I'm not sure the president is still on, although she gave her brief already.
She gave her brief.
She gave her brief, so that we're going to move on now to ANPA Foundation. President Dr. Stanley Okoro, go ahead, tell us a little bit about it. And then after that, Dr. Iyori James, MPAG, brief on MPAG, and then we'll talk about the purpose and structure of this. We are brainstorming. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Cliff. As you guys know, ANPA created ANPA Foundation 2 years ago, and then finalized last year. We have started at our purpose is to create a future, financial stable future for ANPA, and we're in the purpose of educating our members on financial matters and how to create legacy for yourself and also for ANPA. Our goal is to make sure that the ANPA future is secure financially, and our ANPA members are educated on anything financial. For more information about ANPA Foundation, you can see that visit anpafoundation.org. We will be at this year's convention in New York, and we will have a table and to provide more information. There's a lot of programs that we're not taking advantage of, so we want to make sure that everyone's exposed to what they need to be exposed to. So I'm going to keep it brief and transfer to Iyori James for MPAG.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am driving, so I may not be looking at the screen.
Please turn off your video if you're driving.
Yeah.
We know who you are, so you can just speak and focus.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So yes, Nigerian Physicians Advocacy Group. This is the 501c4 that was created really to promote good governance to improve health. So our focus is really more on the political landscape, trying to engage policymakers to provide resources essentially to improve the healthcare system in Nigeria. So mostly doing civic education, so voter education exercises, getting people out to vote, educating them about leaders that could bring about change and things like that. So our website is npagroup.org. That's npagroup.org for more information as to what we've been doing. We got incorporated in 2019 and really started doing work 2020, 2021. So all the information you can find on the website. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So the next item of our agenda is ANPA, American Grads Group. Let me say not ANPA, non-Nigerian medical school grad groups. Again, we're gonna brainstorm and see what's the best way to refer to us. And is basically the purpose and the structure. And the purpose we're thinking is because ANPA is here by God's grace for the long haul, and the future of ANPA really is not so much on the graduates that are coming from Nigeria to here. Those, they will still be there, but more of people who comprise of make up ANPA will be those that are graduated from medical schools that are not in Nigeria, especially medical schools in the US. And we've been having challenges with membership. Since I've been a member of ANPA for over 20 years, we've had challenge with membership. So we're thinking, what if we organize ourselves? We that went to school outside Nigeria know the unique challenges that we have navigating through this environment. And we can then attract our friends who are going through the same experience we went through, specifically HBCU university, HBCU institutions and Black institutions, to encourage them to join ANPA, of course, NPAG and ANPA Foundation. Again, the same goal of a healthier Nigeria and a healthier world, but not just healthier Nigeria, also healthier us here in the US, because this is our community, whether we like it or not. Can we get together and organize ourselves and be able to do stuff here and in Nigeria? And to do that, really, we have to have a structure to attract new members. And ultimately, we are growing ANPA. So that's the purpose of this group. And that's why we wanted to meet and brainstorm. I don't have all the answers, and I'm hoping to hear from you guys what you think our other purpose should be and how we should organize it. And to be organized, we need some at least interim officers who can follow up on whatever we want to do. And then we can have meetings like this from time to time. And then, of course, we're going to meet in New York at the convention or wherever the convention may be, where we have fun, obviously, but eventually also have a purpose or goal each year or every so often on what we want to do, whatever we agree. This group will not be the typical alumni group, because we're not going to go to Benin or to Lagos or to Nsukka to do something, or to my medical school. No, but we still can find a purpose or something that we all think is worth doing and work around it to promote ANPA. So I'll leave it there. And then if you want to talk, you can speak or raise your hand so we can talk about the purpose. And then hopefully at the end of this meeting, I'm hoping we can have some interim leadership to then move it forward before New York. Thank you.
One idea. Okay, so while we do this, I'm going to acknowledge who wants to speak. Jiwa, go ahead. So we have some kind of organization. You can raise your hand as well.
Yes. Yeah, thanks for that introduction and letting us know some ideas about the vision for this group. You mentioned a couple of meeting objectives for this. So, I'll just speak about this, and then I probably come back around later as I develop more ideas about things we can do. One thing you were talking about, names for the group. I think having the word non-Nigerian, I think kind of has a weird connotation. Like, whoa, huh? What's going on? Are we saying that we're not Nigerian, but then non-Nigerian grad group? So that non kind of gives certain connotations. So I just threw an example of a name, para-Nigerian. I thought it was kind of clever because para is, kind of has that medical term in it. Just kind of means, on the side or next to Nigeria. So it's just an idea to throw out. And then the other thing that I'll mention is, I've been with the education committee for a very long time, and also with Bellion with DMPT. And some of the things that I think I've noticed with ANPA is that there's a big emphasis, especially on, helping IMGs and such. So I was also thinking maybe we can also make sure we have special resources that especially go out and just at least have a route of communication to make sure that the resources that we're giving IMGs also go to American graduates who may have graduated med school and they're still applying to residency. So having special liaisons with the groups that are specific to helping out the IMG groups is one potential thing that this group could do.
Okay, thank you very much. I will recognize Osita Onyekure.
Thank you, Stan. I think there are two things that are important to highlight in our name are ANPA and Diaspora. So we are an ANPA Diaspora Medical School graduates. So that includes everybody that graduated in the diaspora or from schools that are in the diaspora, wherever they are. America, wherever they are. And I think that's the concept of what we are. So we're capturing everybody that graduated outside of Nigeria. So ANPA is who we are, diaspora is who we represent, medical school graduates is who we're trying to capture. That's my contribution.
Thank you, Osita. We'll recognize Ngozi at this point.
Hello, good afternoon again. I just wanted to ask, where does this group then fit in terms of National Medical Association? I mean, how do we feel about that? I'm just putting that out. And there's so much division. I just wanted to understand that how we see us doing that.
National Medical Association, that's the Black Medical Association in the US. Is that what you're referring to?
Cliff, can I just give a little bit of context?
Yes. No, let's clarify. I want to understand her question.
Yes. I struggle because, I came here when I was 2, and I always struggle because I'm not too American because of my name, and then you struggle because some people will say you're not too Nigerian because you came here at age 2. So it's always been a struggle. So now I know there's another organization called the New Nigerian. So I just wanted to put that out.
Good. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Koro.
So Ngozi, I was telling Cliff, we're not trying to remove ourselves from ANPA. This is sort of an alumni group within ANPA. ANPA will always represent all of us. So we're not trying to create another group. If you in ANPA, typically, if you've ever been to an ANPA national convention, there's all these alumni group from Benin, whether they're the first or last, or who knows, Nsukka, whatever, right? But those of us who are diasporan graduates didn't have a group together. So we are a group within ANPA. So if you're trying to represent anything else outside of that, I think we should go. ANPA is our identity. We're just we're just trying to create an identity within ANPA. I don't know, Cliff, does that make sense?
Yeah, we're just trying to create a home for us who graduated ANPA outside Nigeria, but it's ANPA. If you see, everything we do is ANPA, etc., whatever name we decide. Cliff, because when I go to the ANPA convention, every time I go on Friday night, the alumni, they have their meetings. And I'm left, people, Ife, calling me, Lagos. And so I'm drawn everywhere, and I'm saying, wait, I went to school here. I have some friends from here. Why can't we get together at that time? So that's how this concept. And then we tried it in Dallas and in DC and in North Carolina. It was a hit. In fact, they finish their meeting, they come to ours.
That's right.
But we don't want it to just be a social thing. Now we're thinking, still part of ANPA, are there things we can do? Like one example, Dr. Giwa mentioned. If we can organize ourselves, we can help the American graduates not just the international graduates. We help all the FM, Nigerian graduates that come here looking for residency, which is great. This year, actually, we did so well. But when I was applying for residency, nobody helped me. I didn't know any Nigerian doctor who did surgery residency to mentor me. So if we can organize ourselves, we can mentor our people who are in the universities and medical schools here in the US. And if we do that, then they're going to come to ANPA. In the end, we think it's going to increase ANPA membership, which, by the way, hasn't grown more than 650 members since inception. Think about it. When you go to our website, it says we represent over 4,000 physicians, dentists, and allied health. But that's a big, so we could even get thousands potentially. But we think we haven't been able to do that because we haven't been able to relate to those that are here. And this is the growing number. This is going to be the fastest demographics, is the non-Nigerian grads. So we need to build a structure to get them in. I hope that answers your question. We're not trying to compete with NMA or anything. This is all ANPA.
All right. We recognize Nkiruka. After Nkiruka will be Adebola.
Sure. So I think a name is very, very important. And I think that with all the sentiments that have been expressed, I think the best name that has coined all these sentiments is the one that Dr. Onyekwere proposed, which is the ANPA Diasporan Grad Group. And I vote for that.
Thank you very much. Dr. Onyekwere, Osita. I'm sorry, Osita, Dr. Adebola is next, sorry.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I just want to quickly just speak about what Cliff and what Ngozi said. Because I know where you're coming from, Ngozi. I'm a first-generation Nigerian, and I actually did a podcast about identity and such. And I think you bring up an interesting point, because I think, and that's an interesting point, in that a lot of Nigerians have issues with identity, and we can actually use this grad group as a way to help those people, as well as increase the constituency of ANPA. So, reaching out to people in SNMA, which is the Student National Medical Association, as well as NMA, and letting them know about ANPA. Because I remember when I was in SNMA as a medical student, and NMA, I said there are a lot of Nigerian people looking to kind of find their own medical association, and I had to take my own initiative and search it out, and that's how I found ANPA. So using this group as a way to connect with people in SNMA and NMA, to let them know, because there's a lot of Nigerians there, that there is a group where they may be able to better find people more like them, or people that they can connect with. So that's one, I think, strong thing we could do for this group as well.
Thank you very much. Osita, you are recognized.
Oh, thank you, Stan. Two things. One is that what Cliff had said about a growing membership is it's obviously very important to us. And I wanted to mention the Indian Association, the Indian American, forgotten exactly the exact title, but as API, Association of Physicians of Indian Origin. Now, American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin, something like that, API, they call it. API is about 80,000 members strong. And about 40,000 of those are physicians in training. And so you're talking about second generation, third generation, whatever generation of Indians that are in the pipeline to move up to full membership, or whatever category that is. So it is important to do what we can to try to capture this demographic that is being kind of out there, not being captured. The other thing is that as I understand it, ANPA is not just for people who were born in Nigeria. So it's people who of Nigerian origin, and Nigerian origin by birth or by affiliation, something like that. So if somebody has a good friend, or there are some Americans who are more Nigerian than some of us, believe it or not. And they just want to belong to Nigeria. They want to support Nigerian issues and so on. So those people should be permitted to become members of ANPA. So I think my understanding is that ANPA, so this is like addressing Ngozi's concern or comment, is not limited to people who were born in Nigeria.
Okay. Are you done, Osita?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I recognize E.R. James.
Thank you. So how does DPNT fit into this?
You mean DNPT?
Oh yeah, DNPT.
Yeah, they could, it could be a we could work with them. That's the whole idea, is to say, hey, DMPT, they haven't really graduated yet. Okay. A lot of them are but here is after you graduate, people like you and I practicing, and then telling them, hey, you can get to this level in ANPA. I think it's easier way to assimilate them. There's no contradiction in my mind about it.
I
So
agree.
I don't know if that answers your question. If I would want to go reaching out to DMPT and even to medical students and even pre-med medical students, if we're organized, that's how you get the membership down the line.
Okay.
Yeah, I can attest to that. That's how they got me.
All right. Hold on, guys. Let's stay organized. Billion is next. Please raise your hand if you want to ask questions so we stay organized. Thank you.
Hi, everyone, again. I'm going to speak on the DMPT part, and I'm also going to speak on what Dr. Giwa has said. I'll start with DMPT. Being a president for 3 years, I know the challenges, and I know I had some of our colleagues here mention that they came from the Caribbean school, and now they are kind of part of us here. What we can do is provide help for them on how to integrate into writing the USMLE all steps and also residency, just like we do with the IMG group. Prior to that, while they're in school, they are DMP, right? And we can provide to them what it means integrating from the basic science, basic medical science first year, second year to clinical medicine, which is their third year and fourth year, and then also which includes their writing the exams. So all of that support we can provide for them, because these are big challenges. No matter if they are American student or they are Nigerian students, they will all face the same problem. I faced that problem, and it's very, very challenging. So supporting them in that area will be a huge thing. Now, and I'm going to tie it to what Dr. Giwa said. I think he literally was talking about something similar to that. There's a lot that we can offer to these people. Even with the IMG, the ones that came from Nigeria too, we can also progress to offering them that. Now, my own point that I want to start up here is I would like us to have a fundraising team here in this American Diaspora grad. By the way, I loved Dr. Osita's idea of the name. So I would like us to start a fundraising, and I'm really good at it. I can be part of it because I see what we do when we go for our conferences. It's huge. We all look forward to it, that night. And I think we can expand on that. And the money we raise, we can use it to support ANPA. I'm very passionate about the medical mission. We can use part of the money also to support the medical mission and NPAG as well. Yeah, that's my contribution.
Thank you, Billion. We recognize Raphael Odenkule.
Yeah, thank you very much. Although I really appreciate for stumbling on this particular meeting. It's a very great thing. And I really commend those that have the idea that arose from the fact that when you attend the convention, you don't know exactly where you fit in. So it's going to bring impact and members to ANPA in general. Yeah, like for instance, my question, I think in a way, has been answered because, like for instance, one of my kids is in medical school and is preparing for USMLE already. So I wanted to ask, at what stage can he be part of this particular newly being set up group that will benefit him? He's in medical school here, though not born here, born in Nigeria, but came at a very, maybe less than 10. So, but he grew up here, so most of the things he does, and it's a way of connecting them back home so that they don't forget about Nigeria as much as possible. So I wanted to ask, at what stage can they be able to join? Or there's no specific timeline? So that's my question. But in a nutshell, in summary, this is a very great idea. And as long as people can be able to have mind to come together, the sky is not only the limit. There's no height it cannot get to. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Raphael. In terms of your questions, we do have a group that we're referring to. It's called the Distinguished Nigerian Professional of Tomorrow, DNPT. That group exists for young Nigerian professionals who are in medical school, residency, who are not in independent practice yet. So if your family or friends want, we can give them more information. I believe that there should be a link from ANPA, the ANPA.org website as well. So we'll take one last question from Dr. Ido Uzi, and then we can go to the next agenda in the.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is not by way of a question. This is just by way of saying that this group that is being, trying to be organized and become very useful as part of ANPA. I see it as a very vital part of ANPA. And the reason being that, I give a specific example. I'm an associate professor in Mehari Medical College. And before now, when I went to Mehari as well, and residency, and when we were 10 in first year, and we were asked to introduce ourselves. 9 of us went from Nigeria, and the only one person was a white guy. They said, "Where are you from?" He said, "I'm Nigeria too." So, because he didn't want to be left alone, and this is true, only one white guy. Every other person was, we all came from Nigeria. Now, something started happening. And recently, the program director, Isoroso, is in Nigeria. But something very big happened just this week in Mehari. They brought somebody, I think she occupies the position, Director of Graduate Medical Education from Morehouse, to come and occupy a very strong position. I think it's she's answerable to the president of Morehouse. And during the last match, there was a big deal. Usually Nigerians score 270s, and there's this leeway for the year of graduation, which was taken to be anybody less than 10. So what happened? This lady came. She's an American doctor, and did something, and they reduced the year of graduation from 10 to 3. So many Nigerians that scored 270 that would have matched were thrown out. Now, they were looking for American grads to fill 10 positions, which has never happened before. And most of them scoring 220, 230. So my question is, it will become very difficult for ANPA to engage in such a case, because, they are all from Nigeria. But if we have a group of Nigerian physicians that attended medical school here, I think there'll be a very strong voice when they can organize themselves to raise questions with regards to very, their situation, like as I've just said, in Morehouse. Sorry, in Mehari. And because of this, many physicians, Nigerians in Mehari are resigning. And even some of the white folks that never, was not in agreement with this American physician that came from Morehouse, they're also stepping down and resigning from their position en masse. So now their aim is to make sure that Mehari Medical College is made up of only graduates from America, and trying to kill that opportunity that IMGs from Nigeria and Ghana used to have. So it's a big deal, and I don't know, I'm just bringing this in because this group, would be a very useful group if such, problem arises elsewhere, to try to see how they can intervene, because they are from here and their voice will be heard more compared to those that came from Nigeria. Thank you.
Dr. Uzi, thank you. This is part of the reason why we need to organize ourselves. Because Dr. Koro, for example, went to Mehari, and he even has a scholarship fund there, personal. So if we knew and we're organized, we can influence some of these things when it's happening. Right. Even now that it's happened, we can go now and say, hey, we're part of ANPA and we don't like this, so they can revisit it. If you're not organized, ANPA cannot do it. ANPA doesn't have the bandwidth or the network or the connection to do it, because anyway, you summarize it. Let me not kill it. So that's part of the reason we need to have this group. Again, it's of ANPA. It's not separate from ANPA. We're trying to boost ANPA up with the things you've said and with membership especially. Okay? And on that note, we're going to go to next agenda, but just for the record, I'm on the website, anpa.org. It says ANPA represents the professional interests of 4,000 plus physicians, dentists, and allied health professions of Nigeria birth, ethnicity, or empathy. So you don't even have to be a Nigerian. White folks can be a member of ANPA. I just use that, or Asians, if they have the empathy. In the United States, Canada, and Caribbean, providing a platform for medical and scientific dialogue on issues of health within North America, which includes here, where we live, the Caribbean, and Africa, pertinent to persons of descent from the Nigerian diaspora. So we're not reinventing the wheel. We're trying to boost the wheel and move to the next step to do things better. Okay, with that, because I know this is being recorded, so in case somebody asks why this group, they can listen to this and know that we're trying to help. So the next item on our agenda is to have an interim executive to run this thing. I would like for it to be voluntary, although I have some names I can point out now. It'd be nice to have officers like the chair, vice chair, and secretary/treasurer. So 3 people. And then as we grow, we can always modify that. So that's the next thing on the agenda. If we have volunteers, it'd be great. Otherwise, I have 3 people in mind too that I can nominate. And I want this to be, people that are actually passionate about this, and they have networks, and they are young. People like me, I'm getting older. I'm like in between now. We have people like Dr. Pokola and Professor Ogunkoyo, who are our mentors, who are ahead. And he said it already. In the next few years, they're going to be retiring, right? They still be active. Then there are people like some of us who are in the middle now. In the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to be slowing down too. Now, there are people like, young folks on this call now, right? The Bellians, the
Okoros, the young people.
Yeah, the young people, yourself, Nkem and Debola and all these things.
Okoro?
Not Okoro. Okoro doesn't count. So these are the guys now that I think are going to take it to the next step, and they have great ideas. They're very innovative and stuff. That's what I'm looking for. And of course, we're going to always be around to support them. Thank you. If I have volunteers, fine. Otherwise, I have some names, but I'll leave it open for people to
Cliff,
speak.
what I was Tanzu, is if you want to volunteer, feel free. If you're shy, you can send a private message. We can nominate you. You can nominate yourself or nominate somebody else. But we are open for nomination right now, right, Cliff?
Well, I have 3 nominees.
Okay, let's hear it.
And we can do it. I have Dr. Debola Giwa to be one of our officers. I have Dr. Nkem Ezamama to be one of our officers, and then Dr. Bellian Oteri to be. And if I want to specify, I can say, well, between Nkem and Debola, one can be chair or vice chair, and Bellian can be a secretary/treasurer because she says she's very good at fundraising. That caught my attention. So that is my proposal. But anybody can.
I nominate Debola Giwa for chair.
I nominate Debola Giwa for chair and Kim for vice chair.
Okay.
I second the nomination.
Okay, I thought it.
I agree with the nomination. Dr. Agoa.
Nomination supported.
Okay.
Agree with the nominations. Hope they take it.
Are there any other nominations?
So for the sake of time, Stanley, Dr. Giwe, are you here? Uh-oh, he logged off. Yeah, because we need to make sure he accepts. Is he here? I don't see him.
I don't see him.
I did.
Yeah.
Can we?
Sorry?
Can we get going back?
Let's communicate with him.
Yeah. Let me call him now, and then that way, if he confirms, Dr. Izamama has already accepted the vice chair, and Bellian has accepted the secretary treasurer.
That's right.
That way, we at least we accomplish something today.
You just spoke on my behalf, but definitely I'm here to help. I'm here to serve, always.
Great
job.
Lillian, you have no choice. When Chief says you should go, and I'm seconding it.
No, I will need Dr. Adad to work with me on that.
Okay, Dr. Giwa, we just nominated you unanimously. Everybody, you dropped off on the our Zoom meeting, but everybody unanimously has nominated you as the chair of our new group. So I was hoping you'd be here to accept. But I think you do a great job. We all feel, and we've talked about this. So you are the chair now. We'll talk some more. And then you will have a vice chair, Dr. Nkem Ezamama, and we'll have a treasurer secretary, Dr. Bellian Oteri. I'm leaving a voicemail for him. Maybe he had something. Thank you. Okay. Back to our agenda. So right now we have thank you guys. Let's clap for our new executives. And now we have matters arising and next steps. Those are the things in our agenda. So if you want to say something, first we need to decide on the name. I'm sorry. The name Osita put up.
Osita put up ANPA Diaspora medical school alumni. I think a lot of people like the word ANPA Diaspora.
All right. I like it though. However, let me caution us. No, not just long. Let me caution us. ANPA is Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas. We're here. We're already diaspora. It's not in Nigeria. So if you say diaspora again, to me it's a double negative. We're already in diaspora. ANPA is not a Nigerian organization. It's in the Americas, which is diaspora. So what I'll suggest is let's think about this. Perhaps we can type on our WhatsApp group, use it to kind of put out options, and then we vote on it instead of dwelling it, because to me it's double diaspora. I think Osita's hand is up.
Yeah. Osita, go ahead.
Okay, so the diaspora may seem redundant, but I think that within ANPA, this is applicable to within ANPA. So within ANPA, you have the Oncoma group, the UNILAG group, the UNIBEN group, the First University group, and the Best University group. This is the diaspora group within ANPA. So we are already inside ANPA, and we're trying to forge our own identity within ANPA. So I think that it's okay to have the diaspora to capture everybody that did not graduate from Nigerian Medical School. So I don't see a problem of redundancy there.
All right. Well, like I said, I like the name, but let's, if it's okay, we can put it in our WhatsApp group and see people.
I think I agree with Dr. Eke. Why don't we think about it a little more and then post our suggestions on the forum and we can vote on it.
Agreed.
Agreed.
All right. And, you know, so you guys may get creative and get a word that will capture all of us. I'm still thinking I haven't been able to get it. So, but it's a good name. We'll come up with that hopefully in the next week or so. That way we can report back. It's matters arising. Anybody, anything? And then we'll talk about next steps and then we'll conclude. It's almost an hour now. We don't want to keep you too long on your Saturday afternoon. Thanks for joining.
So I think the upcoming convention creates a great opportunity for us to solidify this group in New York. This group was founded, initiated in 2018 in Dallas, Texas, and I believe we should solidify it. I've spoken to some of officers in the ANPA Foundation, and we would like to co-sponsor the launching of this group in New York. I don't know if anybody have any comments or any questions about that. Dr. Hamid's hands up. Hamid Akambi.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to ask, is there a WhatsApp group for this association itself?
Yes, if you give me your number, I will add you to the WhatsApp group. Type your number on the chat.
Okay, I'll do it.
And that goes for everyone else who's not included in the group chat.
And I'm going to add a copy. I'm going to copy the link and I'll put it. Actually, I'll put it on the chat right now. You can use that link to join if you're not already on the group. So the link's on the chat.
I just made an observation. Am I allowed to talk?
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Nwobo sent actually a direct message, which I didn't see. I'm just looking at it now. No, Chinyelo Nwobo. I hope she's still on.
She's on.
Yeah. And she actually volunteered before I made my nominations. She said, I will be interested in a vice chair position. So, and not just that, later on I'm reading, she says, I would, please let me know how I can be more involved with ANPA. I would appreciate it. So this is an opportunity to capture her. I don't want to miss this opportunity.
I'm friends with Inkem actually. And
hang on.
She's amazing. So
I'm making a proposal. No, hang on. Let me land. So my proposal is the same officers, we have a chair, we have a vice chair. It can be either Nkem or it can be Dr. Nwobo, okay? Now, let's split the secretary and treasurer so that we have these four people. I like her energy, I want her to be involved. So Bellian can still be the treasurer because she's a money person and she's good at it, right? And then let's mix one of them. So between Nkem and Dr. Nwobo, one is secretary, one is vice chair. That's my proposal.
I totally agree with you, Dr. Eke.
I'm horrible at taking notes. I will just tell you that. But no, I agree. I agree with Nkem is a great friend of mine, so I'm okay with her being vice chair. So.
Okay, so you can do that secretary then. You don't have to take too much notes. This is recorded. Meetings are recorded. You just listen to it and quickly it's available, you know?
Yeah.
Chinyelo, did you hear what I said?
Yes.
If you're yielding to Nkem now to be vice chair, which is fine, then that makes you our secretary automatically.
Yes.
And even you type better than I do, just so you know, for the record.
I can show you people how Cliff types. It's very embarrassing, actually.
And Stanley can tell you, okay?
He's a surgeon, right? So we understand that.
Wow.
Okay, let me recognize Nkiruka. Nkiruka, go ahead.
So I have a question. How many of us here are represented in the main group? Because are there people that are not present here that might be interested in some positions? And is it really like appropriate to be naming folks rather than presenting it to the whole group and seeing who's interested and then maybe go for a vote by a deadline?
Can I answer that for
Yeah, you answer, and then
let me take that. Nkiruka, in an organization, of course, this meeting was posted in the main group, and those who are interested are people who are here right now. If anyone was interested, they would have sent information, right? And we can't expect everyone to participate. Even in the big ANPA, I'll tell you, there are probably about 4 or 5 people that run the organization. We are an inclusive organization, not exclusive. This is just the initiating, just to get us started. But I see your point, but we have to get things moving forward because we can't wait till tomorrow. Or we've been talking about this now. Cliff, how long have we been talking about this? For
5 years now.
5 years now, right? So
I agree. However, in your agenda, you did not present that you were going to choose officers.
Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Look at the agenda. It says interim executives.
Yes.
By volunteer or appointment. I made sure I put interim there. If you look at the agenda, I'm looking at it right now. And that's where we are.
I will post it on the chat as well.
Yeah.
So everyone can see this was the agenda. Okay.
Yeah.
It's on,
and
okay.
That's a good point, but we thought about this and we've been here before forming all these organizations that if we wait till we get consensus, it will never happen. So that's why I put that interim. So these guys will guide us until then we get more organized. We'll see what is the term. We don't know, is it 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Those are details now they can help us with in the future as we get more organized.
Okay, can I recognize Tope Fapohanda? Tope, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi. So piggybacking on what was just stated, I know when we start an organization or something to this effect, the people who actually join are the people who have some kind of vested interest in it. People who could make time for today or this period, it might be harder to actually get those people to be the workers in the organization. But to extend that a little bit, I think if we have several people who are here and I don't know why Dr. Giwa had to get off the line. We're all physicians, so he could be called away. Why don't we split the officers amongst the people who are here, who have either volunteered and or have accepted nominations to be our officers if they are actually able to be here the whole time. Because it might also speak to how busy people are if they can't be here for the full time. Absolutely no shade for Dr. Giwa, and I really don't know him at all. But if we have 3 people here represented, why not keep the nominations as those 3 positions that we had and just pick from these people to actually be our officers? Just throwing it out there.
All right. Very good point. And nothing wrong with that. The people on here, everybody is committed, including Adebola Giwa, who actually we've spoken to, like we started this 5 years ago. So he's been part of this and actually has the interest. I don't know why he logged out. It must be something very important. And part of it is also his connection to the educational committee of ANPA. He's a member there with the help of the Nigerian grads. I think it'd be very valuable to promote us getting resources and help for the American grads, which would then attract membership. So, and he might refuse. If he refuses, then we can adjust these positions. But everybody who's here, there's position. There was initially 3, but we split it to 4 now, and everybody has a position. So I don't think it's anything wrong. If he refuses, then yes, we just go back to the 3 format of the people that are here.
Before I recognize Ngozi, is there anyone else who is interested in serving in the leadership position in this? Please let at least yourself identify yourself. While you're doing that, let me recognize Ngozi so we can move forward, okay?
Okay, well, two things. I do have to agree with, I forgot who said it. I mean, I think this meeting was just, I only saw the announcement yesterday. So, I mean, that's really quick to then have people come. But I get it. If this is an interim and by the time we do something in New York, then you can do a formal vote or organize it. So I get that.
Okay.
So I'm on the other matters. I just wanted to ask, am I the only one that's losing? I mean, I have not seen anything about the convention, what the agenda is, and we're now at this point, and the convention is in June. Does anybody know what's happening? Because it's hard to justify leaving, and for instance, my job wants to see what I'm going to this conference to do. And I have not seen that agenda. Am I the only one, or am I in the wrong website? So this is other matters. That's why I'm bringing it up here.
Cliff and Gertie at the National ESCO. I don't know if you guys can address that. Isn't there an agenda on the website already?
No, I haven't seen it.
By this time, usually there's some kind of skeleton agenda. It's a CME conference, so. And Ngozi, I hope you've made the hotel reservations too.
No, I have, but the thing is, I'm trying to, like, for instance, I just met someone in California telling her about ANPA. She actually joined that day. And then she's asking, well, what's happening in the conference? I have another friend of mine who I'm convincing to come to New York. They've got the hotel, but they say, am I coming? And I don't know what I'm doing. So that's why I'm bringing it up, since we had other matters. So I'm doing my best to get people there, but people who are new, these are the things they want to know, what they're coming there, why are they spending the money, what is in there for themselves. So that's why I brought it up here.
Okay, as I don't know if Cliff or Gertie want to chime in, but I will tell you, as a prior ESCO member for ANPA, you can tell the convention has different purposes. One is there's a lot of continuing medical education. That's number one. Number two, there's networking opportunities and all kinds of other things. But I would, Cliff, can you guys encourage the education committee to put any agenda? I think that would definitely help.
You mean the program committee?
Yes.
Oh, let my Oga talk.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Getty.
Okay, so I saw the agenda, but it's not prominent. So I might talk to the IT people to make it more prominent on the website. Okay. Our agenda is usually on the Wednesday, because the conference starts on Wednesday. On Wednesday is the opening ceremony. I think the mayor of New York will be there. After the opening ceremony, the opening ceremony will happen at Lagos Lounge Event Center on that Wednesday evening. Thursday is from early in the morning till early evening. It's all the conference presentations and all. That's Thursday and Friday. And then Friday evening is all the different alumni having their meetings. And then Saturday morning is the Heart and Tea event. Also the golf for the people that want to do golf. Also, there are activities in New York that people that came with their families that want to go do can go, take advantage of. And then Saturday evening is the actual gala. Sunday morning is people leaving and people meeting up for breakfast. That's really the agenda. But I'll make sure it's more prominent. I'll talk to IT people and Madam President. And of course, my Oga here.
I'm asking for the CME. I'm asking for the CME. That's, I mean, I'm looking at, I couldn't find what's the CME? I have been to ANPA conventions many years, so I know that. But for people, they want to get their CME paid for by their hospitals. And so they come for the social, but the CME is important, and I have not seen that.
Okay. I am privy to the CME. I know that there is one hold-up, which is sometimes when you have very big people coming in and you have to negotiate with them about their time slots. Everything else is ready. It's just one particular big person. And they have not announced his name. So but I will take this back to the programs committee to let them know that people are, they perhaps maybe need to put out some preliminary agenda. I know it's just one person they're waiting for. But thank you. That was very good feedback.
No, that's good. Yeah. And you answered very well, Madam Treasurer. Point on. So the program committee has not posted the detailed CME events, Ngozi, and we're going to get back to them to do it, even if it's prelim. And the reason is there's some big names they're waiting for. But they'll post the prelim, and then hopefully that will help you. But it's a very robust, very robust program to do it around, post-pandemic healthcare, etc. Very, very robust. We've seen it.
We have Nkem up.
So I have a question, Dr. Eke. Where do we meet on Friday night?
Yeah, actually, we reserved a room in the hotel there at the Marriott. I made sure we got with the help of Madam Treasurer here, that we got a room reserved for us. So we don't have to travel. Now, that's the thing, as far as details of planning and things that will happen, we can talk with our new officers, and hopefully it's more robust than before. And we're hoping that the ANPA Foundation, with their president and chair online, will actually sponsor that event for us.
That is the plan. Nkem's hands up.
Hey everyone. So I just wanted to kind of talk to Tope and Nkiruka about kind of who's here and who's leading. So I realized it's Easter weekend and Debola had to go to church, but I did speak to him yesterday and he is excited. He's excited about all things ANPA and he's excited about growing this. So I do think that he would be a great chair. And as you can tell in the beginning, like he kind of spoke out and came up with some really good ideas. But if you're asking, that is the reason why he left. And I just got a message from him that he's excited to be chair and that he would gladly accept it.
Nice. Thank you for that feedback.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
So, guys, I want to thank you for the sake of time. I want to thank you for this robust meeting. We've actually achieved a lot. We've come up with potential name, but we'll work. So next steps, we've come up with potential name, but we'll work on it on our WhatsApp group. And then we also have come up with a structure and officers. We have 4 officers for the record. The chair is Dr. Debola Giwa. The vice chair is Dr. Nkem Ezeamama. The secretary is Dr. Chinyelu Nwobu. And our treasurer is Dr. Belian Oteri. And then we're going to work on toward the convention to meet in New York. The officers I mentioned are interim officers, and in New York we'll decide. Hopefully they can continue, and then we're going to find out how long officer position will be. And the foundation has, thanks to Dr. Koro and his team, have agreed to sponsor our event there, which is very much fun, basically. It's not just talk. We eat, we dance, we have fun. You see other alumni group will join us, so we may let them in. No, we always let them in, not we may let them in. I'm just joking. And this is recorded, so we can share with other folks. And each of us knows at least 3 people who are American grads. So that's the challenge I want to put to us in New York. Try and invite at least 3 people, even if one shows up, fine. And in the future, we're going to make it as a routine to invite more people. And we have, going to reach out to our Nigerian graduates in HBCU and other schools here. And hopefully the ultimate goal is to grow ANPA membership and then do other things that we think are necessary to accomplish our mission of a healthier Nigeria and a healthier world, which includes North America, where we are. I think that's my summary. Dr. Koro, I don't know if you have something else to say.
I think
and anybody else who has something.
you did summarize it very well. Cliff, thank you very much for your leadership. We have, I think, Cliff, that relieves us from organizing this in the future. Nkem, Chinyolo, and Adebola have not been made admin in our WhatsApp group. And
Bellion.
And Bellion, exactly. So we would expect you guys to get together as ESCO, and Cliff and I will be here to guide you guys and support in the next meeting. I don't know if anybody have any other thing to say, and we can have a great Easter weekend.
Yeah, I want to thank Madam President for actually attending. She had to leave, and for supporting. Also, Madam Treasurer, Dr. Getty, Anyanwoke, and even the non-American or the non-diaspora grads who attended here and actually contributed to help us. We're in this all together. It's not a different group. It's not a competing group. It's an enhancing group. And hopefully we can do more things in the future.
And how often do we meet?
So the ESCO will have to go now and decide, Dr. Agoa.
Okay.
Let them go and brainstorm, and we may even have another meeting before New York. Otherwise, in New York, they'll present to us what they think we should do moving forward. And of course, they can reach any of us for feedback and, input. And I want to thank Dr. Padowa for attending. I haven't seen him in years. So please, we hope to see you. We hope to see you in New York.
Definitely, I'm there already.
Good. And tell your brother, Professor Julius, to also be there. He's one of our mentors, like Dr. Popola and Dr. Gunkoya. We need you guys because you give us hope and inspiration. And let's make this so robust. Before you know it, by the time we get in there as ESCO of ANPA, we have 1,000 members. That's the goal. And then by the time we finish, it keeps growing. Like our website says, 4,000. We can do it. The people are out there, but we got to give them something to believe in. And we got to be organized and structured. And then we can do it, not just by talking.
Okay,
thank you. And this is recorded, by the way. So, Dr. Koro, you can share this.
I was going to, this will be shared in the group. I'm going to stop recording so that we can talk.
Yeah,